Blizzard has set an absolute fire in the Diablo 2 Resurrected community with a teaser they posted on their YouTube channel, the Diablo 30th Anniversary Spotlight.
Be sure to tune into Diablo's 30th Anniversary Spotlight on February 11th, where we'll have major updates across all of our games to share, including Diablo 2 Resurrected.
Holy sh! So today I'll go over any of the information I found and like different types of rumors about what this crazy change or changes could be. And I'll kind of give you my take or opinions on it, of course. First up, I was going to go ahead and throw together a list of everything that could possibly have maybe changed or something along those lines, different rumors, but I found a website that actually has a great list right here. So new content and updates, or what to expect for the next season here coming up of Diablo 2 Resurrected. Now, they got it listed here, and I'll kind of go by because I essentially agree with the list. So most likely to be updated, more stash tabs and character slots. Now, why would we think that either one of these would happen? Well, the biggest thing is why it could happen is because they already added this stuff into the Chinese edition. Now, China is on a completely different server for their country rather than the 3 different servers that are across the rest of the world. They already have these extra stash tabs and they have more character slots. Now, there is, of course, another reason why. In a more recent patch they've already made on PC anyways, this is what our stash looks like. Now, you see this open spot over here. This used to be full with 3 long stash tabs, and now there's these open spots. Do you think those open spots are roughly the size of 2 stash tabs? Well, they're actually not roughly the size. They are quite literally exactly the same size. Literally exactly. So I would say this one's essentially 100% certain. We're getting at least 2 more stash tabs right here. Now, also for the new character slots they got it listed right here, I think that one's a given too. Why was it limited to 20 originally and then 24? Why is it not unlimited or have like a super high, like 50? It can't take up any amount of memory to store these characters. What is it, 6 bits per character? I think these 2 are an absolute given. We are definitely getting these, in my opinion. I think this is going to happen. Now, I never really thought about this or talked about it, but I thought they just tried to do this all the time. Stopping cheating and botting, of course. So cheating like duping and things, I'm assuming, and obviously bots. We all know about that. Now, I think this one is almost a given too. If they're adding changes or doing any changes to the game, they're going to keep trying to stop bots and cheating and stuff like that. So this one is essentially a complete given too. I feel like we don't really need to talk about it that much. Of course, this is happening. And then now mosaic balance adjustments. Of course, I think this is going to happen as well. Mosaic probably needs to get a nice buff.
Okay.
And of course, I'm kidding. Mosaic is absolutely busted, overpowered. They got it listed right here. That is so very true. Now, even though it's overpowered, why do I think this is absolutely definitely going to happen? Well, during an interview for the Chinese launch of the Chinese server, just some questions were getting asked to developers and stuff. And this is a very, 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 very long question, but about halfway down the second half of the question, additionally, regarding buffs for underperforming classes, you added in blah, 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 Mosaic, you added in the Mosaic rune word. Are there any plans for enhanced blah, blah, blah? When halfway down this answer, he kind of gets to answering it. As for Mosaic, it's a rune word designed specifically for the assassin, and its introduction, the top 3 pages of ladder are dominated by assassins. So we're planning to rebalance Mosaic. They literally just said, we're going to rebalance this. And if they're going to be doing significant changes for this ladder, why would they not do this right now? So I think for this Mosaic balances, I think this is a guaranteed one as well. Definitely going to happen. That's what I think with no insider knowledge, of course. Now, before we go down to the other different options of things that could possibly happen, there's a reason why people are getting their hopium like up to astronomical levels. That thing is like mooning in most people's charts. And that's mainly for this next reason. Right here on Reddit, they got a list of all the different patches and when they were launched. Here up at the top, 2022, 1.4.7, blah, 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 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, and then the next patch that's coming out, you see the number, it jumped from 1.79 to 309. It jumped from 1 to 3? Like, what does that mean? Doesn't that seem like some crazy huge jump? And I wasn't exactly sure, so I decided to look up what does it usually mean when they change that first number from 1 to 2 and then 2 to 3? Well, usually just going from 1 to 2 is usually a major version shift, huge fundamental overhauls, new feature in gameplay. And the thing is too, is that the old game, it's going to be changed so much from that it would be incompatible from what the new version is. They kind of got it listed here where it's like X being the first number there, huge changes. The second number would just be like substantial stuff. This is like new maps, new modes, adding in new characters would be changing just the second number. Or the third number would just be bug fixes and kind of the normal stuff we've been getting over the last couple of years. But what could it possibly mean jumping from 1 to 3? Now, usually, this is like completely changing in multiple expansions, new game modes, entirely revamping the gaming system. This would usually be what it means, but there is no possible way they're taking the best game ever made in a lot of people's opinion and completely changing it. There's no way. So this right here, what do I think this giant number change means? So yes, I think they are doing some different changes to the game, but what actually I think this first number jumping signifies is actually less of what people think it's going to be, these crazy giant expansion changes and things like that. I think that what this is actually signifying more so is that we're going from the 1.0 and any changes that do happen after this, we're skipping 2, we're skipping 3. Those are usually what you would jump to if you made huge changes. I think this signifies that there isn't going to really be any more changes to Diablo 2 Resurrected. I think this shows that, hey, number 2.0, it ain't happening. 3.0, it ain't happening. We're jumping to this number, so there's no more speculation in the future that we're jumping to some big changes and adding expansions and stuff. I'm one that likes to keep the hopium down and doesn't like this wishful thinking of things that, I honestly just don't think these giant expansions for Diablo 2 Resurrected are ever going to happen. I will admit for this too, I am also kind of anti-change guy. I think it's way easier to take an absolutely great game like Diablo 2 Resurrected, make changes, and have more mosaics, and then have it made more like Diablo 4 or like Diablo Immortal, and it get worse and worse and worse. It's really hard to take something that's absolutely amazing and make it even absolutely more amazinger.
I'm Ron Burgundy?
Damn it! Who typed a question mark on the teleprompter?
There's just a lot more room for downside than upside is pretty much what I'm saying. But anyways, since we're past that section, what are some other possible updates? And some of these I actually think could happen. Now, right here, we got Steam support. Players have uncovered, and I could not verify this outside of this website saying it. I tried to look for it. Maybe someone else can find it. But players uncovered dormant Steam integration in the Diablo 2 Resurrected client. I feel like I did hear about this a year or two ago, or more even maybe. I'm not even sure. This is one I could absolutely see them doing. Would be another avenue, another platform for them to make money for the game. And I mean, Blizzard and Microsoft, they're corporations. Their whole entire purpose is to make money for their shareholders. So I could definitely see that one happening. I don't know if there's any legalese, businessy type of reasons why it couldn't or won't. I mean, just in my layman person mind, why wouldn't they try to make more money by offering it to more players in more places? Next up here, quality of life. Now they're talking, this is possible, unconfirmed of course here though, but adding mouse and keyboard to console, this would be an awesome thing to add to console, just giving another way to play. I've heard kind of mixed reports depending on the build for the game, whether controller is actually like that great. Some people can't stand it. I couldn't imagine playing it, but just giving them another option to play with, mouse and keyboards, the precision of the mouse and everything. I think this would just be great, and I don't see why it would really be that hard. So this one, I almost think that this one definitely could happen, and why not? Now, they've always loved fixing every little bug, even if people liked it. Right when the game came out, they got rid of the e-bugging, where you would throw an ethereal armor in the cube, use the cube recipe to add sockets, and it would give an additional bonus of defense on top of that, and giving you a random number of sockets. Even though everyone loved that, they got rid of it. I wish they would just bring it back as a feature and not call it a bug anymore, and just say it's a feature, and boom, you're done. But there's other bugs like this assassin decoy bug. I thought it was decoy for the Amazon, but either way, neither here nor there. I think it's decoy for the Amazon. There's some weird way that even just has a 1-point wonder when you can cast it, and it has like essentially not literally infinite life, but the life is so high that it's almost invincible. These decoys for the Amazon can actually just like face tank Uber Mephisto and stuff like that. So they very well might change stuff like that. Maybe they'll get rid of something. I think it is actually the bug, the Bale Wave skips. That would be tragic for speedrunners, but hey, it is what it is. So this one, they're going to fix some bugs. I almost pretty much guarantee it. Just which ones are they going to be? That's going to be a different story. Now on to the Mega Hopium ones, really getting your guys' panties in a bunch right here. Adding new rune words. They got this under low probability on this particular website, and I actually agree with this. Rune words, it is possible technically. They've added rune words in before, and it seems like the easiest way to add new items, but I don't think this one's actually going to happen. But it could. This is the one I'm most likely to be wrong on, I guess, out of these ones I'm saying is not going to happen. As a percentage-wise for this happening, I don't really know. Maybe a 20% chance of happening or something. Moving down lower, new class adding. I've heard some rumors for this. I don't know why they think about it, but there's a lot of reasons why I think it probably wouldn't happen. Just all this stuff they kind of list right here, and even more animations they'd have to make, the skill tree and balancing the different skills and stuff. Every class has class-specific items. So would these new classes not have any class specific items, but every other one would? Or would they have to come up with all these new class specific items? Like, what do they, what? So I would put this on dang near close to a 0% chance to happen. Also, why would they want to have this new classes come out and maybe get hype up for the game, have people come away from Diablo 4 to play Diablo 2 Resurrected, even if they charge money for the new classes? Just one skin on Diablo 4 probably makes more money than all of the money they ever made on Diablo 2 Resurrected. So why would they try to pull people away from that and Diablo Immortal, which makes them a huge amount of money, a huge cash cow? So I don't see this happening at all. And even more so, even though Act 6 has been rumored, everybody wants stuff like that to happen, I do not see this happening for the exact same reason as the new class. There's no reason to try to pull people away from buying all the skins or buying the crests in Diablo Immortal or whatever the stuff is called in that game, just making them more and more money. It just doesn't make any sense to me, pretty much. Well, we'll finally be able to see when they do the 30th anniversary Diablo Spotlight. Here I am on their YouTube channel, and you can see right down in the corner here, it actually premieres at February 11th, and this premiere on their YouTube channel starts at 4:55 IM Eastern Time in the United States. So it's 24 hours from now, and then we'll know exactly what they are going to be doing. So, hey, let me know how excited you are in the comments and what you actually think they're going to do. Peace out and keep slaying.